I'm on the movie, been the foundation. It's time to move. 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 Yeah, it's time to move. 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 Hey, it's time to move. It's time to move.
I had enough. I am sick and tired of Kurapika thinking that it owns the meta. Every single time, every freaking time that I go against Kurapika, all I see is just a brigade of Kurapika, all with 4K plus BP and impact, and you know what else? Getting them freaking sniped with Emperor's time so they can just 360 no scope across the freaking map every single time. No more. I'm not having this nonsense or dealing with it anymore. I got something for it now, and it's in the form of Sword Art Online, Green Sinon, and Kirito. They're not going to be the only one who has snipe anymore. They're not going to be the only ones who are going to be 360 no scoping across the freaking map anymore. Goodbye, Kurapika, because now we have some more competition, and here is the deck profile that I made to take you out. So of course, to start this out, we're going to be playing 4 copies of our zero cost Sinons. Of course, this is a Sinon deck, so what's good with Sinon without our fodders for it, and thus we're going to be running 4 of them to be able to build and work towards our raid Sinons. Next on our zero cost, we're going to be playing 4 copies of the zero cost Yukis. Now, this is pretty much the most of your draw power in the deck. This helps you being able to enable your plays, to be able to search deeper to find your raid Sinons as well as your raid Kiritos, because that's what we're trying to accomplish with this deck. We want to get to them as quickly as possible and be able to bring them out as quickly as possible. And Yuki, especially as a 4-up, is just going to work into helping towards that goal. Finishing off our zero cost, we're playing 4 of the zero cost Kiritos. Same thing as the Sinon, this is our fodder for the deck. This is going to be able to start off our plays and work towards our higher raids later on in the match. Now going into our 1 cost, we're playing 2 copies of Yamakasi. Pretty simple, pretty basic. You play him, you bounce the card back to your hand and you play it back. Another good way to just generate that additional energy and be able to bridge that gap between our 0 cost all the way up to our 3 and our 4 costs and so on and so forth. Next on our 1 cost, we are also playing 2 copies of the ALO Affinity Sinon. Now, although she is not a GGO affinity, she is still a Sinon, so she is another raid target for our raid Sinon. Not only that, but she also has nullified impact, which in today's meta, especially with all the BS that Kurapika still brings to the table, we are wanting to have this nullified impact to be able to stop those impacts and be able to stop that cheese with Kurapika. Going into our 2 drops, we're playing 2 copies of Sinon. Now, we play this card, even though it's another ALO affinity card, we play her just because of the fact that she also is able to generate 2 energy while on the backhand. And in addition to that, it helps us be able to bridge that gap between our 0 cost all the way up to our 3 cost and so on and so forth, so that we can bring out our stronger characters to be able to take care of Kurapika. Next, we're playing 2 copies of the 2 energy cost Sinon. Now, I like playing this card because 1, it has steps, so you can move it to the front line and to the back, but also when she's played, you're able to look at the top card of the deck and choose to either keep it on top or place it on the bottom of your deck. Another really good way to manipulate your deck to be able to determine what it is you're going to be drawing next, and also has a little bit of combo play with some of our later cards as well. Another good way to try to be able to get that edge to take out Kurapika. Finishing off our 2 costs, we are playing 2 copies of Photon Sword. This is pretty much your checkmate in the match. This is the card that you play when you're trying to close out that match and finish it right then and there. You're not trying to drag this match far any longer than you need to. You need to be able to give your characters the energy, the BP they need, as well as when there's a Kirito on the field, you're also able to give them impact so that way they're able to swing in, get that damage, and close out that game as quickly as possible. Now hitting our 3 drops, we're playing 4 copies of Barbecue. You already know, we use this to reset our AP. You play 4 of them. Stop trolling. Don't believe anybody that's playing more less than 4. You always play 4 of them, because that's how we beat Kurapika. We play 4 of these bad boys. Next in our 3 drops, we're playing 4 copies of the 3 energy Kirito. Now, this Kirito, pretty good. Like I said, it's a 3 cost, it generates 2 energy, and also you're able to dig 4 cards deep of a Gun Gale Affinity card that is not Kirito and add it to your hand. Of course, we want to use this to be able to find our Sinons. We are trying to find our raid Sinons as quickly as possible, so that way we're able to add them to the hand before they can get their freaking Kurapikas out onto the field, so that way we can start sniping them before they start sniping us. Following that, we are also playing 4 copies of our 3 energy cost Sinons. Now, another good piece in the deck, not only does, just like Kirito, it generates 2 energy while on the backline, but also when this character has 4k or more BP, she also gains impact. Pretty good, pretty damn good once we start getting into some of our other busted cards to be able to further advance this deck, to be able to take care of Kurapika. Also, keep the art right here, looking nice, looking beautiful, as always, because you know we got swag on Kurapika every day of the week. Going into our 4-drops, we're playing 4 copies, that's right, 4 copies of the 4-drop Kirito. Now, this is one of your big powerhouses of the deck. If you have 2 of these bad boys and you find a way to be able to buff them up and you start swinging with them, that's draw power. That's draw power all day, every day of the week, to be able to dig further into your deck, to be able to find more answers to deal and screw over Kurapika. This is one of your heavy hitters of the deck, and you definitely want to be playing 4 of these bad boys to be able to apply as much pressure as possible. Now, finishing off our 4-drops, we have one of the main stars of the deck. We have Ultimate Ratio. This is your special, and you know what? Just like freaking Emperor's Time, this card is going to give any Sinon you have a buff and gives it snipe. Of course, you can buff any other character, but specifically, we want to buff Sinon to give it snipe, so that way we can start freaking sniping 360 no scope their character. In addition to that, also when it wins the battle, you're now able to draw a card on top of that. More shenanigans that Kurapika was able to do with Emperor's Time. Not only that, that's right, there's more. If you take this card and say buff with the 3-cost Sinon that we have right here, now not only does it have snipe, it now has impact. So now you're even doing more pressure. Now you're even pinpointing your snipes and taking out that life in the process. Exactly, bro. Kurapika's not the only one with that nonsense anymore. We have SAO, especially with Gun Kill Online, with Sinon. We are here, we are ready to make things happen and lay down the law. Now we move on to the next star of the show, our raid, Sinon. Just like Kurapika, this is what we want to get out onto the field. This Sinon is our sniper. This Sinon says, screw Kurapika. You can snipe, well, I can snipe too. Because when she's played out on the field, she gets sniped, and when she wins the battle, I'm able to look at the top 2 cards of my deck and choose to either keep it on the top or put it on the bottom. A nice combo once you play it with Ultimate Ratio. So now after you look at the top 2 cards, now you're able to go and draw a card right afterwards. And not only that, she also has another effect to be able to buff another character on the field once she wins a battle. And you know who benefits off of that? This Kirito right here. So now you buff this Kirito, you swing with it, and next thing you know, you're drawing cards. So even if you don't have Ultimate Ratio and you raid this card out on the field with this card out, you're still able to draw those cards that you place on top of your deck. More value, more advantage, more ways to get ahead of freaking Kurapika. And last, we have the man of the hour, Too Sweet, To Be Sour. We are playing 4 copies of the Raid Kirito. This is our man and boss right here. This thing says screw Kurapika all day, every day of the week. Now, we have this as the main, we have Sinon as a support. If you don't know what this Kurapika does, he has innate impact, always gonna have impact. But when one of your other characters win a battle, say your Sinon with snipe, it also gets damage too. Now they even put in a more serious situation. And on top of that, it has a main ability where you can buff a character by 1k BP. Who can benefit from that? This Kirito. Who else can freaking benefit from that? This Sinon right here. Exactly. Actually, let's not use this Sinon. Let's use the better looking Sinon. These 2 cards both benefit from this Kirito and this Sinon to generate a lot of value, to get ahead of your opponent, and to take care of freaking Kurapika. Screw Kurapika, that deck is done, it's out of here, it's old news. Sinon, Kirito, Sword Art Online is the next best thing. Yeah, that's freaking right. That's freaking right, Kurapika. You're not the only one who has all that shenanigans now, aren't you now? There's some new competition on the block, and you're gonna be swept right under the rug. So I hope you're ready, because now I'm coming from a vengeance, and I'm coming for every single thing that you owe.